Hello, everybody.
Here we go. 20 CO1 1209 FA 61. State of Indiana versus Patrick Bovia Wallace. I have in court for the state of Indiana Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Kathleen Clays. I have the defendant in court in person as a self-represented litigant. This comes on for hearing on, it's really a modification of sentence to allow travel while alternatively placed at Michiana Community Corrections. It's like a travel request, but it's also kind of a sentence modification. Mr. Wallace, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm under the pains and penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes.
State your name for the record.
Patrick Bouvier Wallace Jr.
Bouvier, I'm saying it wrong. Thank you. I meant you said that. I remember it's Bouvier.
It's hard to pronounce.
Okay, this is your request, so you get to talk first. I would suggest we waive opening arguments or opening statements, because opening statements aren't evidence, and you get right into what you want to do. Is that okay with you?
Okay.
Ms. Clays, you want to waive?
That's fine.
Parties waive opening statements.
Do I need to present this as evidence? It's a letter from my job.
I can't tell you what to do.
Okay.
I can't give you legal advice. If you've got something you want to present,
Yeah, I would like to present.
show it to Ms. Clays first.
Sorry.
You're okay. It's okay. Do you want me to put an evidence sticker on this, Judge?
Yes. Give it to court reporter. She's got a whole bunch of them. What did we mark that? Defendant's Exhibit A?
So you're going to take this up to the judge?
Okay. Now?
Come on up here. Hand that to me, would you? And I need you to go back to your seat. So for the record, Mr. Wallace handed the court Defendant's Exhibit a letter from, looks like Rain, Maine, Operations Coordinator for Asplund Construction, dated July 12, 2024. Mr. Wallace, do you want to admit this into evidence?
Yes, please.
Any objection, Ms. Clays?
No, thank you.
Okay, so Defendant's Exhibit A is admitted without objection. Let me read it. Hang on. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, court has reviewed Defendant's Exhibit A. Now, Mr. Wallace, you need to tell me what you want the court to do and then why, okay? And then when you're done, Ms. Clays may have some questions for you and I may have some questions for you, okay?
Okay.
So let's start with that. Tell me what you want the court to do and then tell me why.
Okay. Right now, I'd like the court to allow me to travel for work. The reason why being, as far as my job goes, I'm an entry-level groundsman, and we travel to pretty much anywhere there's a disaster. They go to Texas. They was just in Texas maybe a week ago. There was a major storm down there, a lot of people without power, hospitals, elderly homes, a lot of people that need power and they don't have the manpower. So my job is pretty much public service. So in order for me to travel to go places when the company leaves, also when the company leaves, if I don't travel with them, then I don't work that time that they're gone. So I won't be able to pay my bills, my fines, my probation, things like that. And I'm pretty much just out of work. Me traveling and going on storm, which is called storm work, helps me move up in the company. It keeps me as an asset and helps me continue to grow as far as what I'm trying to do since I've been released from prison.
Anything else?
No.
Ms. Clays, cross?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Wallace, how long have you been out of prison?
December 14th, so going on 8 months.
And you have been on Michiana Community Corrections since that time, correct?
Yes.
When are you due to be done with your executed sentence?
I don't know if it's the same as DOC time. So I had 5 years community corrections. So I think that's 2.5, 50%. So a little under 2 years.
I see that now. Your projected release date is June 17th of 2026. Does that sound correct?
Yes.
Okay. Are there any other positions at the job that you currently hold that would not require you to travel like this?
No.
How long have you been employed with Asplund?
Almost 2 months.
I think it said June of this year. Is that
Yeah.
correct? I don't have any other questions, Judge.
I got a few. Okay, you just told me that you were in Texas last week
No, excuse me, sir. The company was in Texas last week.
and you weren't with them.
No, I wasn't.
Okay,
allowed
now
to
let's
travel.
get into this. So have you talked to Michiana Community Corrections about you traveling with the crew while you're there?
Yes, I have.
And what'd they say?
They said yes.
They said you could do it?
So I had a different caseworker when I first started. Three weeks ago, I switched over caseworkers. My original caseworker told me that I was not allowed to travel if they went out. I got a travel pass to go to Indianapolis maybe when I first started this job.
Yeah, I granted that.
Yeah, so she gave me a travel pass. I had to go to Indianapolis to sign my name to be in the union, to sign the books.
Right.
So I got a travel pass to go there. That's the farthest I've been. Well, then when I started the company, I found out that they traveled for storm. I let her know that she said that I was not allowed to travel and that that would be a decision that's over her head. It would be the judge's decision by you. So then she gave me the means to sign my minute sheet and get ready to see if I could get a court date to go. Well, 3 weeks ago, I switched. I got a new caseworker. His name's Mark Craig. And when
I know him.
Okay, so when I switched over to Mark, well, 2 weeks ago when they went to Texas, there was a couple people that were still there working. So I was working while they were in Texas. Well, they were going to Springfield, Illinois. There was a big storm out there maybe 2 weeks ago. So I just decided, hey, I got a new caseworker. Let me try. I called them and I said, hey, they're going to Springfield. They're thinking about taking flaggers, which is my position. He said, okay, well, what does that look like? I explained to him the company, even tried to put him on the phone with my boss. He was like, let me talk to my boss. I'll get back with you. 20 minutes later, he called me back and told me to come downtown to the MCC to get a travel pass. And I clearly explained, I'm leaving the state. I'm going to Springfield, Illinois. He asked how long we're going to be gone. And I said, they'll give us an estimate, but it could be a week, 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks. I'm not sure, but I'll give you the information. He said, that's fine. Can you come get a travel pass? The only reason I didn't leave is because our main boss found out that the Springfield, Illinois was not taking groundmen or flaggers, which is my position. So that's why I didn't go. But MCC gave me permission to leave to Springfield 2 weeks ago. And I had already had this court date because I explained to them I had a court date, but they let me go.
Okay, so if I order this and allow it, is the mechanism going to be, Mr. Wallace, that each time Asplin says we're going to, let's pick one, Texas or Illinois, doesn't matter, wherever the storm's at, Tennessee, wherever the storm's at, when Asplin says that, then you're going to get a travel permit from MCC?
Correct.
And then how is MCC going to keep track of you while you're on this travel permit?
I'm on GPS monitoring right now. And also the company, every truck that we're in has GPS. We don't leave the site of our foremans, the crew, like, it's not like you go out there and you do your own thing, like you're with the crew. Sometimes we sleep in the truck, sometimes we sleep in hotels. My foreman and my main boss said that they've had people who've been on house arrest and went through it. They've talked to probation officers, whatever needs to be done, but I'll still have my ankle monitor on when I travel.
Okay, next question. So is there ever a time when part of your crew goes out to celebrate and there's alcohol involved?
I can't tell you 100% because I've never been there, but the conversations I've had, sometimes people do leave, but...
Now here's the part I got to ask you. So you understand this, if I go along with this and you drink alcohol, that's going to be a violation and you're going to be right back in prison.
Absolutely.
And you understand, you smoke one joint, you're going to be right back in prison.
Absolutely.
Mr. Wallace, you cannot screw this up. You got a great job, you got a great opportunity, but you cannot, I don't care how tired you get, I don't know how much you want to celebrate, you cannot blow this.
I understand 100%.
Okay. Because, I mean, this is, let's face it, I looked over your criminal history a little bit. I mean, this is maybe the first thing that's going the right way for you. I mean, seriously the right way for you in a long time, Mr. Wallace.
I don't even know how to explain to you, like, in 2020, I filed a modification of sentence that you granted we had video court. It was like right around Christmas, and you basically restructured my sentence to allow me to even be out right now.
Right.
I wasn't supposed to get out till 2020.
Yeah, I remember all that.
Okay.
Well,
so
I remember all that.
everything since that, like from the time that I've got out, that I've gotten out of prison, I got a job 3 weeks out. The company that I did work for, they went under, but the company that I work for now, like the work that I did so much that they called me directly and told me to go to Indianapolis, and that's how I got this job.
Right.
So they're like,
And you got in a union job. I mean, this is
I've never
just
had
a
nothing
huge.
like this in my life.
Yeah, this is a huge. I know, Mr. Wallace, but this is a huge opportunity, and I want to be clear on this. You don't thank me for anything because you did this. I mean, you did this. You realize that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. This is all good. I'm gonna hear anything else you want to present. I'm done. I'm gonna give everybody a chance to give questions yet. Anything else you want to present?
As far as the opportunities, I guess I'll present the opportunities. Being that it's a union job in the company that we work for, I make a nice amount of money now. I can pay my house arrest.
Right.
My son gets insurance. I get insurance, 401k. I never even knew what that meant. Retirement. The company.
Mr. Wallace, I'm not laughing at you. You don't have any idea how many people have no idea what a 401k is.
Yeah, like it's just
go ahead.
Like opportunities that I've never thought that I'd be able to have. Like,
Right.
I spoke with my boss the other day. He kind of took me under his wing. And he sits down and talks to me about he basically said that I don't realize what I've gotten myself into far as the benefits. Like he said, in the next 2 or 3 years, I'm going to be an apprentice to be a lineman. And once I become a lineman and I complete my apprenticeship, I'll make anywhere from 150 to 200,000.
Right.
I never thought I selling drugs. I never playing basketball or selling drugs. Like being a kid in the projects, that's the only way you make that type of money. So
Right.
doing something legal where I don't have to worry about looking behind my shoulder or looking over my shoulder.
Getting shot by the competition.
Anything like that. And
Right.
being legal and being able to take care of my mom and my son and like do a lot of stuff that I never thought that I'd be able to do. And I've only been out of prison 7 months. So this is something like really
Yeah, this is a huge opportunity. It's really big.
Absolutely.
Okay. Ms. Clays, any other questions you want to ask? I'm doing this because I have to now. Okay, Mr. Wallace, do you have any other evidence or testimony you want to put on?
No, I do not.
Ms. Clays, anything from the state?
No, thank you.
Okay, parties rest. Closing arguments. Mr. Wallace, anything else you want to tell me in closing arguments? Not evidence, but closing argument.
No, nothing.
Ms. Clays, how about you?
Judge, as long as Mr. Wallace is clear that he has to get that travel permit before he leaves on any of these trips, I don't have any objection to that.
Okay, mark this for Cheryl. Cause coming on for hearing on issues raised by defendant in his minute sheet filed with the court on July 9, 2024. Defendant appears, strike that. Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Kathleen Clays appears in person on behalf of the state of Indiana. Defendant appears in person as a self-represented litigant. Parties waive opening statement. Court hears testimony from defendant Patrick Wallace relative to his motion to modify his sentence to allow travel while alternatively placed at Michiana Community Corrections. Court hears arguments from counsel. Court now grants the defendant's request and orders that the defendant be allowed to travel within the state of Indiana and outside the state of Indiana for work through his employment with Asplund while the defendant is alternatively placed at Michiana Community Corrections. Defendant is ordered to obtain a travel permit from Michiana Community Corrections each time defendant is being asked to travel outside of Elkhart County for work. Defendant to be under GPS monitor the entire time that he is traveling for work. Defendant also ordered to maintain contact with Michiana Community Corrections as required by Michiana Community Corrections while he is traveling for work. So ordered. Mr. Wallace, if Michiana Community Corrections needs something else, have them get in touch with my administrative assistant, Cheryl. Let me know what it is, okay? Now, it's going to take a day or two to get this order done, Okay, so you might not get it till next week. Tell them that I granted it.
Okay.
And if they need confirmation from Cheryl, Cheryl can send them an email or do something, real quick that says, yeah, the judge granted this. He's got to sign. I got to get the order done. He's got to sign the order.
Okay. I will check in tomorrow at 2:15. So
yeah, let them know. Let them know, because it would seem to me like we need to get you headed on these work details as soon as we can, so you can keep making money.
Okay. I have one question.
Yeah.
I just processed what you said. To get a work permit if I travel outside of Elkhart County.
Right, because you won't need one if you're inside Elkhart County.
Okay. So
if you go outside Elkhart County to some other area of the state,
yeah.
or if you go outside the state for sure,
Okay.
you're going to have to get a work permit. MCC may not require you to get one if you're in an adjacent county.
Okay, that was it.
Yeah, and look, you gotta just work this out with MCC.
Okay.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure I don't.
Yeah, because you may not. I mean, they may say, look, you're going to St. Joe County. We don't need one. You don't need one.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
You go to Evansville, they're probably going to make you have one.
Yeah. So Ashland AEP, they have a map of where their jurisdiction is, and
Right.
that map is considerably the same as the Michiana Community Corrections map, far as like where you can live or whatever. So I know like if we go to South Bend, the farthest we would go is like LaPorte, and then up north, the farthest we go is Three Rivers. We've never went towards Fort Wayne, and we've never went down south. So we usually stay in the small map, and they know every day where I go because every day we get a dispatch of where we're working, and I take a screenshot of it and give it to them. So that's why I asked that. But yeah,
Right.
They're all adjacent counties, but they're outside of Elkhart County.
Yeah, you work it out with MCC. If they
Okay.
need me to tweak this a little bit, I will. But I
I just want to get in trouble.
I just know this: if there's a major disaster,
Yeah,
you're going to be outside the state of Indiana.
Yeah.
You're going to be outside that map you're talking about, because
yeah,
AEP, when they had the tornadoes that went through down south, you had almost every AEP person working down. I got a friend that is pretty high up in mid-management there,
okay,
and you had almost every available person
yeah,
leaving here and going down there because they did not have enough. They couldn't get enough workers. They had people that they were bringing in from all over the country.
So when they went the other day, we was parked at Kroger parking lot at Elkhart, and I didn't know that's how serious it was when they go to storm, and there was trucks in every
Right.
parking lot in that area.
Right.
There had to be over 100 trucks, and that was just in Elkhart.
Yep.
So I'm definitely aware of how crazy it is
Yeah,
when they go on storm.
I just wish you well. This is a huge opportunity for you and your family. Man, do not blow this, because these things, these are plum jobs. I mean, these are just really, this gives you a chance to make really good money and not go to a 4-year college and get $150,000 in debt. I mean,
Absolutely.
this is just a huge opportunity.
Absolutely.
So don't blow it, Mr. Wallace. Don't blow it.
Got my word.
And I'll tell you something else you can do. Talk to other people. They're not listening to me. Talk to other people and say, look, I get it. You think you're stuck here and you got no way out except to sell drugs or play basketball, and both of those are risky and long shots. I mean, there are other opportunities for young people to get into trades and make really good money, not have to go, they go through an apprenticeship program like you're talking about, not have to go to college and get $150,000 in debt. And plumbers are going to be making, I just read something the other day, plumbers are going to, because nobody's going into plumbing.
Right.
So it's going to get to where the supply is going to be nil and the demand is going to be very high, and plumbers are going to be charging more than what attorneys do, because there isn't anybody going in.
Yeah,
I'll be going to plumbing school then.
Yeah,
I'm going to get my CDLs here in probably about a month or so. I just have to make enough money because I'll be off for 4 weeks to take the class. But
right.
I'm doing everything I can to move up and take them next steps to be where I need.
And that's where the feed got cut. Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.